It ain't about how hard you get hit. It's about It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Who are you impersonating there?
Rocky Balboa. What is going on, team? Welcome to today's vlog. Smash that like button. Begging for likes. Can you get that? First couple of seconds, team. God, typical Craig. Are we all having a good time today? Also, the other day you did see us go and do a design meeting for the new Hustle Made glasses. We've actually had like a kind of prototype bit, you know, like our first design, computer design mocked up. Here's what we're going for. Anyway, team, it is November. That means Movember for a lot of males out there. Calm Porter is really rocking the mo. November and Movember is to raise awareness for men's health issues such as prostate cancer, testicular cancer, and kind of men's suicide. Calm does have a link to support him and support these issues. I'll put that down below if you do want to support him and growing out that tash of his. Look at that haircut as well. It's amazing. But anyway, team, we're probably just going to talk about the news. This morning we did go to the zoo with the Mayhem crew. Was fun. You'll see that tomorrow.
Way to go, Tasia! I can't help it. You just looked at my face and started crying.
But let's just jump right into it. We saw this week Cedric Laponte's 20.1 score that he got majorly penalised on with a time of 2:30 added onto his score, which dropped him out of the chances of qualifying for the CrossFit Games, get overturned. He got a major penalty in his 20.1 score due to a perceived lack of extension in his snatches. But after a second review, his penalty got reduced from a major to a minor penalty, taking his penalty from 2 minutes 30 down to 5 seconds, which means he's back in the qualifying spots for the CrossFit Games after 4 weeks of competition. Kind of crazy, really, isn't it? Like, I don't fully know what to make of this situation because basically it's been reviewed by someone at CrossFit and then it's been reviewed by someone at CrossFit again and they have 2 different opinions on it. What is your opinion on this? Maybe the internal review needs to go through 2 or 3 people, not just one. Because this is people's livelihood on the line. In some sad news, Sam Briggs has unfortunately injured her ankle. She didn't say what she's done, but in a post on Instagram, she posted this video. And in the caption underneath, she said, "Challenges are what make life interesting." So this open definitely hasn't gone to plan. Whilst doing 20.4, the last bar felt great to clean, but the jerk had other ideas. I'll save you from that video. We all know I'm no stranger to injuries and I'm planning on bouncing back from this one too. Hopefully not too long in the boot. Taking each day as it comes, but there is still a chance I'll be able to compete at Filthy 150, which is in 3 weeks' time. So it doesn't look like it's a major break. It may just be a sprain. I mean, she is back in full-time training already. And from Jazz and I and the team, we wish you, Sam Briggs, a speedy recovery. Here's a photo to remind you to always eat your greens. Annie Popeye Thorisdottir. Probably stronger than Popeye. But ain't none of my business. Since the last news video, it has been Halloween, and some of the best costumes out there have been of Matt and Tia's, as I called it, most epic photo at the CrossFit Games this year, with both of them holding their first place medal. I thought this one was genius. I mean, it pretty much is, I mean, I can't tell the difference. If I flick between them, it literally, like the head, like, yeah. Here are the younger generation doing it. Can I get an R from the audience? And then here is an actual photo of just Matt Fraser. Anyway, speaking of Matt Fraser this week, he has been a boss. On Instagram, he said, "Just a normal day of training in the house, red and black lumberjack with the hat to match. Remember rapping to the high, you never thought a hip hop would make it this far. Now I'm in the limelight." Matt Fraser's gym attire has changed drastically this fall. Nike are bringing out a new line and he's got a rocket. And then he mixes it with Magic Mike. Magic Matt. Moments after this, we did see him go back to his normal telly-watching position. In other news, we've seen Noah Olsen's new haircut.
Trying out a new hairstyle. Just experimenting with cool new things and not caring what people think about it as much as I used to. You gotta be comfortable being you.
Always be comfortable being you. If there's one thing I've learned in this life, team, just do what the hell you want to do. And honestly, like, this is good. We're going real talk now. Don't let the fear of someone thinking that you're gonna, you like, what other people think of you doing something stop you from doing what you actually want to do. Noah Olsen, when we were in Hawaii, he was speaking to James Newbury. He wants to get the dreads on top like James. It's about getting dreads on the top, so he wants to go that James Newbury style. The service here and a haircut in Australia is incredible. It matches the level of their coffee. Coffee is incredible everywhere you go, apart from the airport. She probably took an hour to do this, and then she gave me a hot towel. So I sat there in the chair like this, And then she put this cream on the back of my neck and full on, I don't know, it was great. Great. But anyway, what came to mind with this haircut with Noah Olsen is handstand push-ups. That's at least 3 inches taller. In YouTube news, if you haven't seen the videos, Jacob HEPPNER is doing a Jacob of all trades. The first 2 episodes are out. I'm gonna link them both down below. The first episode, he tries dancing. And in the second episode, Jazz loved it. He went and helped out in an animal center for a day.
Okay, so what do I do with the poop that's just sitting there? Am I just scrubbing the poop around?
We're gonna go in and wipe it.
I reckon once we've retired one day, Jazz will literally just go and work with animals somewhere and I'll never see her again. In terms of forfeits, 20.3, we saw Travis Williams lose in his group of athletes that he's going up against, and he had to be covered with things thrown in front of a fan. This is how it went. In competition news, Wodapalooza have released their prize pool for this year's competition. With first place at this year's competition, instead of winning $30,000 like last year, they will take home $50,000. Second place will then win $30,000, third place will win $20,000, fourth place will win $15,000, and fifth place will win $10,000. And there is places all the way down to 10th position, with event wins earning athletes $2,020. For some athlete, that's a lot of money for athletes. Prize pools are slowly growing year on year in CrossFit, and it's actually pretty crazy to see. In other news, over the last couple of days, we have seen the release of the Fittest in Dubai documentary. And as of yesterday, it was 7th in the download chart. And if you look at it, it's ahead of the Avengers that are in 18th, Men in Black in 15th, John Wick in 14th, Aquaman in 13th. We know from these vlogs, the CrossFit community isn't the biggest, but it's definitely the most engaged. You guys are crushing it. If it was a WOD or a workout, we are 7th worldwide currently, team. We are a force to be reckoned with. Make What's Great Again are back at it with another meme. They have the morning f*** up. Apparently Dave Castro spends 10 hours per week looking for perfect photo to troll athletes with open hints. We have to stop everything right now because Jazz has found a funny meme. And you know, Jazz and I, we like a good meme.
We love a meme. Can't believe Leonardo DiCaprio yelled, "I'm on top of the world" from the Titanic, a ship that was at sea level, the scientifically lowest altitude in the world. He was nowhere near the top, he was literally at the bottom. What an idiot. Made me laugh anyway.
True. And then on the topic of 20.4, did anyone else see it? Noah Olsen did a split clean. I can guarantee you he was thinking about the split jerk before he'd even done the clean and split cleaned it. That's athleticism. And a funny caption by Patrick Vellner this week said, "Good luck to anyone redoing their 20.4 today, except of course to any individual male competitors. I wish them medium luck." Dave Castro did 20.4 and here is what he had to say about it.
Just finished 20.4.
20.4 was actually an interesting one when you looked at the male times compared to the female times. The male times were a lot slower than the females. We saw Amanda Barnard saying that maybe the final bar should have been a little bit heavier. We heard that from a few other female athletes, but just means that they went quicker. But when looking at the times, the fastest male was 12:41, Jeffrey Adler from Canada. Currently sat 3rd in the Worldwide Open leaderboard. Absolutely dominated this workout. He was an entire minute and 41 seconds ahead of Matt Fraser, who took 2nd in this workout. And to be honest, he made it look pretty easy. And then on the female side, we saw Sasha Navas do 20.4 in 11:08. Which was only 3 seconds faster than Sarah Sigma's daughter, who took 2nd. Top 5 males for the 20.4 workout were Jeffrey Adler with 12:41. Next was Matt Fraser with 14:22. Tola Morakinyo, 3rd, 14:30. The Greek who's leading the overall leaderboard right now, Lefteris Theophandis, 15 minutes, and then Scott Panchik, the newest member of CrossFit Mayhem, 15:15. And then on the female side, Sasha Nevis in 1st, Sarah Sigma's daughter in 2nd, Annie Thorisdottir in 3rd, Tia Claire Toomey in 4th, and Jamie Green in 5th. The thing that blows my mind about this is when we were speaking to Tia after she'd done the workout the other day. Obviously, she's in her off season right now. She's traveling around. She's not. I personally know how much travel affects the body. She's going around and doing talks at schools, at weightlifting clubs. Her nutrition is a little bit off, her training's not where it is, and she still finished 4th in the world in this workout. Jazz wasn't on there, she was 12:51. But anyway, it's been 4 weeks of the Open, and let's take a look at the leaderboard. On the male side, Lefteris Theophandis is in first, and he's held first from that first week. In second, Matt Fraser. Third, the Canadian Jeffrey Adler, the one that just won this workout. Fourth, Patrick Vellner. Noah Olsen, after not qualifying through the Open last year, is currently sat in 5th with 1 workout to go. 6th, we have Mr. Consistent BKG. Looking a bit further down the leaderboard, after his score got changed from a major penalty to a minor penalty, Cedric Laponte is now set in 21st in a qualifying spot. 1 place ahead of Jacob HEPPNER, who is 1 place ahead of Rich Froning Jr. Currently sat 23rd and in a qualifying spot for the CrossFit Games for the 1 millionth time. As we said, he is Chuck Norris. We also see Ben Smith in a qualifying spot. That's pretty exciting, 25th overall. 26th, Chandler Smith, 27th, Cole Sager. There is a stacked male field up there at the top, but there is a lot of CrossFit Games athletes' names that we all know. And then looking at the female side, Sarah Sigmundsdottir is in first, 12 points ahead of Icelandic friend and person that she's been doing the Open workouts against, Annie Thorisdottir. After 4 weeks of competition, we have Emma McQuaid in third, Tia-Clair Toomey, the champ, in fourth, and all of that top 10 of the females are all Games athletes. Cara Saunders, after 4 weeks of competition, we see her still sat in that qualifying spot 4.5 months after having a baby, 17th. 27th, we see Amanda Barnhart. And then closing out the women's kind of qualification spots, we have Sasha Navis, the one that just won this workout. She's currently sat on the line. And then just below that line, Hayley Adams, 37th overall. 30 points back from a qualifying spot, but all can change in this last week. Someone we have lost in the Open this week, along with Sam Briggs, is Jessica Griffith. Last year, Jessica Griffiths was on Team Romwad/Wit, who turned into CrossFit Krypton just because at the Games you can't be a company, you have to be a box. Her focus this year was to actually make it as an individual, but this morning she did put up a post saying that she got this news yesterday morning, and after a further video review, yes, I realised that the boys had loaded 10s after the 85 bar instead of 15s. Basically, at the end of her post, she said a dramatic start must mean a fire finish. See you at the sanctionals. Jess Griffith did get an email through from the CrossFit Games saying that her video got rejected due to the miscalculation of plates and the wrong plates used during the workout. And then something that I'm looking out for this week, there's a lot of national champions that are battling it out. There's a lot of close finishes, but the one that I'm actually looking forward to seeing the most is the battle here in the UK. We're not in the UK right now, but you know what I mean. After 4 weeks of competition, Zach George is currently sat on 13 points. Elliot Simmons, veteran Games athlete, is currently sat on 14 points. And David Shrunke is currently sat on 16 points. Everything to play for going into that final week. Over this weekend, we are going to see 2 major events. The first one between 2 of the biggest YouTube content creators in the world. This weekend, we'll see the rematch between Logan Paul and KSI. This weekend, we'll see the... Are you f***ing taking the piss or what? The Australian birds are mocking me. This weekend we'll see the rematch between Logan Paul and KSI that ended last time in a draw. Last time it was held in England, this time it will be held in Los Angeles, USA. Justin Bieber actually put up a post saying, Logan Paul, early knockout prediction, what's yours? I am on that side of it. After watching the last fight, Logan Paul was a better boxer. He was more powerful, he was more athletic. He just gassed after 3 rounds of the 6-round fight. This time it is a professional fight. There will be no head guards. The gloves, instead of being 16 ounces, will only be 14 ounces. I just think with Logan's power and the way that he was in the last match, if he comes out firing, he could rock KSI early and it can be an early ended fight. However, there's been a lot of hype around it here on YouTube and I've been trying to keep up with it as much as I can, just because it's actually pretty cool. KSI, apparently his defensive game is upped, his boxing, he's a completely different animal to what he was last time, so it's going to be a great fight. And this fight will probably be bigger than a lot of professional boxing fights, just let that sink in. The other big event this weekend, the one that we are here for in Australia, the Torium Pro. It's a 3-day event, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but Friday is the 20.5 workout. We're going to see a Friday Night Lights that includes, for the male side, Rich Froning, CJ Walker, Royce Dunn, Calm Porter, Brandon Swan, Matt McLeod, Rob Forte, Zeke Grove. Some of the best males from Australia go head to head and battle it out all on the floor at the same time. And then on the female side, we're going to see Tia-Clair Toomey go against Cara Saunders, Tasia, China Cho, Jess Coughlin, Maddie Sturt, Courtney Haley and Lindsay Vaughan. Some of the best in Australia, mixed with some of the Mayhem crew.
Just say, you've probably already seen it, but Castro. Oh, you already done it?
No, I haven't. Can you send it me, please?
Yeah, it's Jacob HEPPNER commented, it's forky, or at least half.
It's forky. It's forky. As we've been recording this team, Dave Castro has put a clue out for 20.5. It's a spork. It's a spork. It's a fork spoon. Yes. And actually on his Instagram post when he was speaking about 20.5, he said this.
Good 4 weeks, but nothing's gonna compare to week 5. Nothing. None of the other tests we've ever done.
And this is how the CrossFit community actually reacted.
Nothing's going to compare to week 5. Nothing. None of the other tests we've ever done.
Look at what she's doing in the face. I see her. It's like she's a statue or something. Hey.
What would a spoon and a fork be? My prediction for 20.5 is hopefully we'll see some sort of muscle up. It would be weird to see an open without it. I think what would be pretty cool and what I'm hoping for, because I think it would be cool to watch, is rowing pull-up into rowing chest to bar into rowing bar muscle up. I think like we haven't seen too much gymnastics in this open. I feel like it's going to be super gymnastic-y. Kind of sounds like plastic, like the fork. Look at this. I'm a genius. Rowing pull-ups. Rowing chest to bar. Rowing bar muscle up. Just surprised myself with that. Whatever it is, it's going to be a fun one. And then the open is over. And it's going to be over for a year. Crazy. But then all the sanctioned event starts and I can't wait for that. But anyway, if you want to keep up with Jazz and I as we go around Australia and we're doing all the other stuff, the best place to do that is on Instagram. Here's my Instagram, always plug. And then here is Jazz's Instagram. Can we get her to 100K by the end of the year? Ooh. Ooh. And also a bit of news that we haven't told you guys, but we did release on the Hustle Made Instagram, is that Hustle Made Launch 9, the biggest one we're going to do yet, that's going to include sports bras, leggings, a V2 crew neck, new men's joggers, the works, that will all be delivered before Christmas. It's like a kind of Christmas launch too. Is going live on the 28th of this month. So put that in your diary. 12 p.m. GMT. It's going to be mental. But anyway, thank you for tuning in today. As always, smash that like button. You guys rock and roll. I feel like I've done a lot of talking this morning and I hope you've enjoyed listening to my voice. Remember to tell all your friends about this channel and really annoy them about it until they do start watching. And then if they say, oh, we don't like it, it's pretty terrible, you tell them, carry on watching. It's just one of those things that you put up with. And on that note, we'll see you in the next one. Take it easy, fam. Peace.